All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. As you had watched in the previous clip, I underwent some kind of an intense exercise. They call it Tabata with Kemen. And of course, we're not doing Tabata with Kemen without speaking to the man himself, the great man himself, responsible for all this. In fact, I think millions of people, almost millions of people today, everywhere choke. You understand? Everywhere choke. The man responsible for this wonderful session, he calls it the biggest workout class in Africa. The CEO of the one and only Pure Fitness Africa, master trainer at Techno Gym. Yes, we do our research. We do our research. We go in depth. We go and find the input of the. You understand? You understand? And obviously, an ex-reality TV star, businessman, good friend of mine. We have the one and only Kemen.
My brother.
Ghosty. See as I dey sweat, I never recover.
That's it.
Eh? And you do this like how many times in a week? This Tabata week?
So now I just twice a week. But when I started, there was a time I used to do it like 4 times a week.
Damn.
Yeah.
4 times in a week. And I'm sure there are people that will come those like consistently back to back.
I had some crazy, I would call them lieutenants that they would follow me. So I used to do it at different gyms. Obviously, Pure Fitness Africa was already then.
Yeah.
Was not even in the thought then. So there were other gyms, like there was Bodyline, there was Recruit, and of course Techno Gym. My family, I've been in Techno Gym for 5 years.
5 years, awesome.
Yeah, so it was Tuesday evenings at Fit Greet, then Wednesday morning Bodyline Ikoyi, Thursday morning Bodyline Lekki, and then Saturday Techno Gym VI.
Yeah. Active. This is full on. This is a full on active situation every day. I mean, like how must it be? Like how is it how rewarding must it be to work with and to mold people or to help people to achieve their body goals? How rewarding must it be for you?
Right. For me, that's always been. For me, it's more like a mission. I tell people I've never been really interested on who's the best trainer or trying to be the best trainer. It has never been part of my plans from inception. In growing myself, in growing my brand, in investing on this thing that I found passion in, it's always been, the thought has always been that everybody who passes through me get the opportunity to become the best version of themselves. So it's always been about the client. And for every trainer, for every client that has come through me and has become a better version of themselves, that was where my joy was. And not just the clients, even in the trainers I have grown over the years, seeing them also become brands and by themselves. That for me, that's like my biggest win.
Is there a testimonial that you received, over the years from either a client, at this gym that maybe moved you to tears?
So
something that maybe
I think one of my most significant one was I met this man. He was 47 when I met him. He had never worked out in his life.
Wow.
And then he was very big. And so he told the part of fast weight loss, and he became very fragile and delicate, and all other sicknesses started coming in, and it was what I'll call a vegetable, right? For example, the day I did my assessment of him, he could not even run on level 6 on the treadmill.
Wow.
Like, that's how fragile he was. He could not do 2 push-ups. And he told me he's never been strong in his life. And he would want, so I told him that if you commit to this, I would ensure that you're the strongest that you'll ever be when you turn 50.
Awesome.
And 3 years down the line, he was 50 last year, and 50 was the strongest version of him. Now, let me tell you the exciting thing with that client. In 60 days, he went from not being able to do 2 push-ups to doing 20 banded push-ups. So he had extra weight on his back.
Wow.
you know. And then he went from not being able to run at level 7 on the treadmill to sprinting at level 16 and 18 on the treadmill in 60 days, you know. But I mean, I'm not trying to push the fact that some people are lucky enough,
Okay.
you know, to invest to get it fast.
Yeah.
He was, and we sustained it from there.
Yeah.
He's grown muscle, he's grown stronger. He does push-ups. I taught him how to swim also at the same time. So one of the on his 50th birthday, he was swimming in one of those, you know, islands, and he sent me a video. He said, "Thanks to you, I'm swimming in my 50s." So for me, those are like the most important things.
That's awesome. Kemen, you go teach me how to swim. I don't swim.
I'm not a professional swimming coach.
Yeah.
I just know how to swim.
How to swim.
I think I'm a fantastic teacher.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I might not know things so well, but I have a very good ability of, you know, making you understand it just the way I understand it.
Awesome. And I think obviously it also depends on the mentality of the person that you're training.
Very key.
Because some people can be very difficult.
Very key.
You understand? So if somebody is taking 60 days, somebody else might take 2-3 years. You understand?
We've met those people. We've met those people.
And you conquered them.
Yes, we've conquered them. But I mean, you can't conquer anybody, everybody. And I feel like even as a trainer and that is passionate, it's important that you know that you cannot conquer everybody.
True.
And for who you don't conquer, it is not a failure on your part. All right? There are always lessons to learn. So when you look at it and see what are the lessons to learn, you learn the lessons and move on, you know, and equip yourself better for when such you know situation come around again.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, I want to touch on something that we're both familiar with, Big Brother Naija.
Yeah.
And my question is, was going on the show a platform to help to transition into
100%.
Did you always have that dream of I want to have my own empire and I want to use this platform to be able to
100%. That was the goal. I never wanted to be a celebrity. I never wanted to be a celebrity. I didn't think I was going to be able to manage the lifestyle. But what I knew was that I knew I was a good coach.
Okay.
But I knew I was in Uyo, my hometown. I'd never been in Lagos before Big Brother. Wow. It was Big Brother that brought me to Lagos. Also. So I always wanted a bigger space where I can learn more, network more, interact more, and grow. Because I thought that I got stuck where I was. I thought I was one of the best in my hometown. But I also knew that my hometown, there with what was available, the resources, the education was not enough for where I wanted to be. So Big Brother was an opportunity to take me out of my hometown to a space where I can see people that were bigger than me, and obviously open up to opportunities that I could, take advantage of.
And have you been able to give back that love and that support to the people of you? I mean, since
I have.
Or is it something you plan
on doing? I have 4 trainers in this gym, and they are all employed from the ecosystem I have in my hometown.
Wow.
I'm a patron.
Clap in the chat. Clap in the chat.
There's a
fitness finest.
There's a fitness association in my hometown.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm a board member.
Wow.
Every year we go back to you and organize a fitness event.
Yeah.
And every day I go back, I donate to the association.
Awesome.
And we also subsidize certifications for them. And for anyone that is ready to live with Lagos, it is my responsibility to make them settle.
Okay. Yeah. People in the chat, see your man here. People in the chat, see your man here. If you want to reach out, you're looking for that opportunity. This is a man that
good trainer, ready to work.
Yes, ready to work. Because Lagos, if you call you, forget yourself.
Your head go fast.
Yeah, that's that. So, anyways, I mean, what's the first thing an athlete must understand about training like a pro? Because the reason why I ask that is, obviously you have different kinds of clients here. You have different people here. Some people just want to either lose weight. Some people want to be, just want to stay in shape. But then you also have athletes coming here. You've had the likes of Anthony Joshua and so many others, come through this great doors. What's the first thing? I mean, he is already a professional, but you have somebody who's upcoming athlete or somebody who's trying to stay fit. What's the first thing you tell that an athlete?
Mindset. So I have this project I'm going to be launching very soon.
Okay.
It's called the Mental Muscle Movement. So
Okay.
it's about teaching you how to build mental muscle using the science of building um, physical, I mean,
Okay.
bodily muscle, right? And once the mindset is right, and once the mindset is set in the direction of growth, whichever direction it is,
Mm-hmm.
you're good to go. It's funny when you say he's already an athlete. The truth is, the mindset needs to even be stronger as a professional
Mm.
than an upcoming. Because for an upcoming, you're already down. You have nothing to lose. When you become a professional, you have a lot to lose.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
because the bottom is the end, but the peak is also
It's also.
an end, right? So, and sometimes your peak might not be the peak, right?
Yeah.
So what you're seeing, you can decide to peak at a level. Well, if you had a stronger mindset,
Yes.
you probably would go beyond
Beyond
that.
that.
You know, we have footballers like Schneider saying that they would have easily become the greatest footballers in the world if they had put in the
Put in
effort.
the effort.
You know, we all know the story of Eden Hazard.
Yes.
You know, and having worked with a lot of athletes, starting from Odion Igalo to the likes of Kenneth Omeru, and the list is endless. You know, most recently, Ndidi, Oshime, Boniface, and the rest. I've come to realize that um, once the mindset is right, the body responds because there is this connection.
Yeah.
There's a connection, mind
Mind.
and the muscle. There's, you know, in for any changes to happen,
Yeah.
for reactiveness to happen, for reflex to be heightened,
Mm-hmm.
for the muscle elasticity to function optimally. There has to be neurogenesis, neuroplasticity. Like that, I'm talking about like
Yeah.
production of new cells and also the interaction of new
New
cells with old
cells.
cells in the body. So there's a connect. And for that connect to work properly, the mindset has to be right.
Right.
And everything we do would flow.
Awesome. Have you were you ever an athlete? Or did you
I always wanted to play football. My parents didn't let me play.
you wanted to be a footballer?
Yeah. I played academy football, but that's a story for another day.
I mean, with the money that these guys are raking in,
Bro, I look at them like this.
football money is not your mate. It's not your mate. But I mean, that's really awesome. So I just want to go into. I mean, you've mentioned a lot of interesting things, interesting names in neuro. How would you call neuro? Make the English people should be hearing it. You understand? But I wanted to ask a question. What are three core functional exercises that benefits both athletes and everyday people? Just three. You know.
Um, I'll use one of the most underrated exercises. It's called jumping jacks.
Hmm.
It's one of the most underrated
Underrated
exercises, but it's one of the best exercises. High knees,
Okay.
another underrated exercise, but also a very good
Very
exercise.
effective.
Push-ups, another,
Yeah.
but also very good.
Also, so those three.
Yeah.
Those three.
These three exercises are very good functional exercises. You know, that really promotes the mind muscle connection.
Okay.
And help muscle flexibility,
Okay.
and then just hit the entire helps the entire body communication,
Mm-hmm.
like muscle communication. It aids balance, you know.
Okay. I've always been very curious about this thing, Kemen. So I will be in the gym. I will see big body, small legs, big legs, small body, and I'm like, for me, I feel like you should be balanced now. You should be able to have proportional, upper body and lower body this thing. But it seems like some people, I don't know, sometimes I feel like maybe those people that have big body, small legs, they're either running away from leg exercises. Because I know, at least for me, since I started working out, leg days are my worst, but obviously they're very rewarding, right? I know women love leg days. And then you see other people that also do cardio and come and use the weights. Why there's some people who come in straight into the gym and they just use weights. So what is the proper, what is there any proper way of going about it? Or is it just whatever it is you want to do?
So I don't like to use the word proper. I like to stick to what are the facts. And whatever facts resonate with you, that's fine. Women are built for endurance, men are built for strength. It means for a man, you have to work extra to grow your endurance. As a woman, you have to work extra to grow strength.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to exercises that require more endurance than strength, like squats. Squats require more endurance than strength
That's
for
right.
growth to happen, because the strongest man in the world is not Mr. Olympia. Mr. Olympia is not the strongest man in the world. But they have a very good muscle definition and balance, but they are not the strongest, right? Because when you train for hypertrophy, it's different from training for strength. And back to your question, um, it takes a man that understands the place of building endurance, training for endurance, that can take the pain to grow their legs. Some just want to focus on strength and strength upper body. It's ego training. It's easy. It feels good. With a bit of strength, you see something. But with lower body, it's more of endurance. You need to endure the pain, for it to happen. So yeah, ladies, it's easy. They are built for endurance. That's why if you see a lady that uses as a gym freak, don't go and try to do abs with them, abs workout. They will floor you, because they know how to endure. It's their natural habitat. Do you understand? So I don't know if that answers your question. So for a man, you need to first of all understand that you need to work towards endurance, because endurance is naturally not your thing. All right. Women need to work towards strength because it's naturally not their thing. That's for that part. And then the other question you asked about. So for me, when a lot of people say cardio before weight before cardio. Bro, I have tried both. I have had gains in both.
Okay.
So I will sit down here and tell you, none is better than the other. But you need to know what you're doing. I prefer doing cardio before weights, because I end my cardio at there's something called the tipping point.
Okay.
I can get into a high intensity 20 minutes cardio, 30 minutes cardio tops, get my top burn, get my top heart rate, and have enough oxygen in my muscles to have a quick recovery and hit weights. And I can hit weight for 3-4 hours at a high level, right? But you see, if I extend that cardio to an hour or an hour 30 minutes, it would affect my productivity when I'm trying to lift weights. All right? Flip it. If I come to the gym and I stretch and I go to lift weights, yes, I'll be able to lift as much as I want. But of course, psychologically, when I'm done lifting, my mind tells me I'm done.
Yes.
And as such, I'll be rushing through my cardio session because I feel like I have achieved. Psychological.
Okay.
Now, some people can manage it, but you cannot compare the man that puts in 30 minutes of high intensity cardio before weights in a cardio pathway. You can't compare that man with the man that comes to lift before doing cardio. They don't have the same cardio endurance. You can never have the same cardio endurance. Bring them to my Tabata and we'll embarrass them in the Tabata class. Because at the end of the day, what is the most important thing for humans? Health. And your cardio threshold is the key to unlocking a better health. Yes, your muscle growth is also key for longevity. But before you start planning for longevity, you need to survive the day-to-day before you get to longevity. So cardio is for a day-to-day, and then weights is for longevity.
So basically, it's a myth. It's a fallacy when people say when you do cardio. Because I've been with trainers that
understand your timing. Yeah, understand the timings.
I've been with trainers that tell me, "Oh, don't do cardio. You're already slim. You want to, you want to look slimmer than this."
Whenever they say that, do that. Do like this. Exactly. I do Tabata 2 to 3 times. Do I look like I'm losing guns? Do I look like I'm losing guns? Okay. Do I look like I'm losing guns? I still squat my 4 plates. I still bench press my 3 plates. Wow. And I still burn more than 1,000 on the Tabata day. I still jump, do my box jump, up to almost 90 cm. I still do my battle ropes like I'm creating DNA waves. What are you telling me?
Editor, who find all those videos. Make you know be say camera. You know say some people that go down the
I
talk.
get one. I get one.
He's not talking.
I get one.
He say 90. Is that not where heaven is? You don't even reach heaven at this point. So you can see that it is a myth, right? You can do cardio and do your normal exercise. Hey,
As you see, she's walking, so it's not fast forwarded. Do
crazy.
you understand?
Please, value, send us this video.
Functionality is key. That's the most important thing. At the end of the day, no matter how heavy you can lift, how fast you can run, how big your muscles are, functionality is key. Functionality and mobility. Yeah, number one, I say functionality is for everyday life. Mobility are for mistake days.
Okay.
So for the days where you sleep, for the days where you trip, for the day you want to jump, that's when you need your mobility.
Speaking of mobility, what are your go-to drills? Your go-to drills for agility and speed?
So I do a lot of reactive training. I have this light called blade pods.
Okay.
I use the blade pods. I use cones. I use my busso ball, and I do a lot of reactive training. And then I also do a lot of mobility training. Like I try to work my joints. I try to bulletproof my joints first of all. Also increase my range of motion. Exercises that increases range of motion. Basically.
Nice. And one thing that I loved about the Tabata class is obviously there was this homely vibe. It was almost like people were having fun and balling at the same time. And I also love the fact that you're also very attentive to everyone. Like so I like there were sometimes where you were calling out routines like 4 times. Have you heard me? Have you heard me? Now on the press phone.
Yeah.
Have you heard me? The press phone, So I really love that. And also the stretch exercises at the end, that's also very, I love that as well. How important is that for people that, when you get those routines, getting those muscles, how important is that?
Tabata is not just a cardio class. It's not just your normal aerobics. It's called bite. Bite meaning basic interval training experience.
Okay.
So we take the very basic workouts, we create intervals around them, and give you a training experience that is worth it. And one of it is the community vibe that so we are a very big nice community here. And we love ourselves like that.
Yes, awesome.
And we try to make the workout holistic. We touch every bit of it. So whether you're the muscle guy or you're the runner on the Eco-Link bridge or you're the Pilates guy, you just have something that you take out of my class.
For this thing. Okay. Something else. I mean, because this is this is a very intense. I mean, only life with Groovy. We're talking sports and so many things. We're talking training. We're talking fitness. For an athlete, how important is recovery?
Recovery is where your lifespan hands on. Your recovery is what determines how long you play. So recovery is very important.
And nutrition, I find that a lot of people undervalue, or not a lot of people focus on that. I feel like a lot of people come with this mindset like I eat about by 11 p.m., 12 midnight, I come to the gym, anything happen. You understand? Is it also a myth? Is nutrition also important in your training program?
Nutrition is very important. Right? Very, very important. It's more important. Some people say it's more important than exercise. I don't believe. I think they are both important. None should be placed over the other.
Okay.
But it's very important what you eat, when you eat, how you eat. Basically, is what it is.
Very, very
What you eat, food is medicine. Do you take the wrong medication? Nah. So for every time you want to eat junk, understand that you're trying to take the wrong medication for another kind of ailment. When you eat, the doctor says take this every 7 hours. You take it every 5 hours. No, you take it every 3 hours. No, you take it every 7 hours. So the time that you eat is key. All right, you shouldn't eat too late. All right, because your body needs to your body winds down.
So what is too late?
I mean, some people will say, oh, because I work this time, I work this time, too late should be different. But the day is made up of 24 hours, right? I guess. The fact that work, life generally has made us, you know, change how we operate in the 24 hours doesn't necessarily mean that the dynamics of your system have changed. It means that you should ideally get into bed by 10. Ideally, at most. Some people get into bed earlier than 10 because you want to have 7 to 8 hours of sleep, maybe 6 hours. Some people don't get that again because of the kind of work they do. Some people don't get that because they think they can't, but they take a lot of idle time. They use it to do what they are not meant to do. They watch Netflix, they go drinking, and then they come back to say, "Person, they feel sleep for this Lagos." That's not true. You need to prioritize your health. You understand? And so basically, your last meal should be between 6 and 7, 6 and 7 at most. The rest of the things is water. You will not die. The human body has the capacity to stay 7 days without food and water. Let's live all this in discipline. You will not die. You will not die. That's the truth.
I feel like I'm watching this video.
You not die. So let's leave the thing of I cannot. It's fine. It's fine. If we had an illness that said we would die in so number of days if we don't eat like this, so that's also in the corner, but also the other side, which is where I like to be, which is what I tell my community members. If you were sick and the doctor says whether you work out or not you will die, would you still work out? The answer should be yes.
Yes,
if you had a particular weight and the doctor says whether you work out for entire year you will not drop 1 kg, would you still work out? The answer should be yes. Because top 2 of the reasons why people work out globally, fitness is not in the top 2, health is not in the top 2.
Wow.
Community and networking is top 2.
Wow.
And you realize that sometimes these things psychologically boost you and keep you healthier than what you think is the generic way of staying healthy. All right. People have sealed multi-million naira deals at the gym. People have met people that usually they would have to fix appointments at the gym. And your mood, when you're constantly in a good mood, that is better than any medication. The gym gives you that. So whether the weights are dropping or whether your health is getting better, the fact that the gym keeps you in the best mood anytime you come here, it's better than the best medication you could take, to boost your mood. So at the end of the day, regardless of the role that food plays, the role that exercise plays, there are other things that make exercising a very, very important part of our lives.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That gem, Mr. Kemen has dropped a gem of advice. So quickly, what equipment at Pure Fitness Africa would you consider game changer? Is there anyone that when people
Stairmaster?
Stairmaster.
Leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Okay. So I mean, for aspiring people that maybe want to get into. I mean, we have a lot of fitness influencers right now, or people that just are looking for motivation to get into shape, looking for a reason to get to the gym. People that look up to you. What's your advice for someone watching who wants to take their fitness seriously starting today?
No tension, one step at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, you said you're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
I want to test your knowledge very quickly. First of all, are we winning Europa League?
I'm optimistic that we can win the Europa League.
Okay, good. I like that. First question out of the way. Secondly, who holds the record for the most goals scored for Manchester United in all competition?
In all competition? Huh? Who holds that record?
5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Is it not? It's not Ronaldo.
1.
Hold on. Rooney?
Yes. Rooney.
Yeah.
Wow. If you have played this one, problem. Okay. Second, third question. What's the nickname of Manchester United Stadium?
Carrington. Old Trafford. Wait, what's that? Wait,
Five, four, three, two, one. Hey, Dad, it's the theater of dreams.
oh,
Or it
nickname.
has been theater
I
of
didn't.
nightmares.
Theater of Dreams. I
As
thought it
theater
was the
of
name.
nightmares.
Old
Recently.
Trafford.
Okay, another one.
Yeah,
Which current Manchester United player wears the number 7 jersey?
currently they gave it to that useless boy that is always injured. Abi,
What is
Mount.
his name? What is
Not
it?
Mount.
Mount. Macy Mount.
Kai God.
You need to mount that boy in another club. Ah, God of mercy. And I mean, there's an interesting question. What does HIT stand for in fitness?
High intensity interval training.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been really fun. I mean, I've really enjoyed this, not just for people that are watching, even for myself. I'm actually a big guilty of some things that I have to say. Yes, sir. But I'm also, knowledge is power. And thank you so much for shedding light and bringing more exposure to fitness, because I feel like what you're doing, it's, I mean, there are very different forms of, I mean, different activities, different careers, but there's nothing like health. There's nothing like impacting the day-to-day mentality of a human being. And like you said, it's like medicine. The opportunities that it brings, and also how life changing it can be. I think what you're doing is really amazing, and I'm happy. I'm happy that we're doing this. I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm looking forward to more, more to see more of what you have. Finally, do you have any last words? Should we expect anything coming soon from the man himself?
Don't worry, things are coming, and when they come, you're going to see it. He said something. He said it was good to have the knowledge,
Yes.
but knowledge is not habits. So now you know the knowledge. Action.
Action. Action. All right, guys. This has been wonderful. This has been good. Shout out to everybody watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and obviously follow the man himself, Kemen Fitness, and myself, Groovy Mono, to see everything that we've got in store. Peace.